Well, hi, tubers. Hey, there's some stuff on here that should have definitely been thrown away, and I did manage to save it. So, I'm going to show you how I did that. So, stay tuned. Here's what we're into. Got a crack in the frame, a pretty good sized one there, so that's got to be V-notched and out. I got my front plate back in. This is the only one that comes out. And anyway, that screw there, that used to hold that down, kind of goofy. So what I did, I took the die grinder and notched them out so I can just drop them in. And then accommodate so it holds down, I put a screw right in the middle here. And my speedometer cable, that's the bracket for that, holds it in. And the wire loom bracket here and here, all along to hold all of that in. So, in the last video, I showed you where the front fender was way up in the air here. I put the port of power from the corner here up onto the beam to push that fender back down. Still wasn't quite right though. I'm trying to get the contour a little better. I really don't care to build new fenders or even refinish these as far as that goes. But as you can see, there's quite an issue here. The fender's going to have to come off. I'm going to try to straighten that out a little bit more. That's all bent because of the fender being way up. Now down here, we got some cracks in the weld. So I'm going to take the cutoff wheel. I'm going to notch this all out and then see if I can straighten him out more. And then we'll put the fender back on. Yeah, this build originally cost me a lot of millers. And I don't mean welders. Okay, here's where we're at. I got that V-notched out. Welded her up. Ooh. And then the fender, I straightened these brackets a bit, notched them out. That one is actually cracked too, and this is the one that I was originally tackling in the front that was really messed up. So I got him welded up too. A lot of times I'll put a vice grip on stuff, and then you got a real good connection where I got too much painted area. Got her fitting a little better. This is still forward a little bit, so I'm going to put the port of power back in, give it just a light tad here this way. Tap on this maybe a few times, see what happens. Alright, here we go. Thought I'd show you this, not a big deal. You can see a little bit of what I do then. And this shouldn't take real long, so let's have that. This stuff always springs back a little bit, but that's looking pretty acceptable. I really don't care to build new fenders. I'm sure you gathered that already. So, yeah, I think I can live with that. Even put a light in for your viewing pleasure. And there you have it. Okay, here we have one of the rear fenders. This thing's pretty messed up. I'm going to see if I can make it a little better. Use it meanwhile. We'll worry about it this summer then. This bracket's even got a twist in it. That'll be the easy part, but yeah, this thing's pretty messed up. And on the back side, there's a look at that. Didn't want to bore you with the setup, so anyway, a little hard to get this in here, so let's hit the go button. It's pretty good. I believe that would have been about where it would have been. So, let's call her. And today's challenge is, this is about the only option that I have left here, so God, I hope it don't scratch the paint. Good. Let's see what happens. Wait till you see that engine oil cooler. I got that sitting on the bench there, and then when somebody calls on the phone while I'm talking to them, I've been combing and tweaking all them little fins to get it squared up. It's actually turning out pretty good. I thought that was definitely a throwaway item. It's actually starting to look pretty happy. I love that when you can kind of save something. Yeah, it's going to be far from perfect. Uh-oh, somebody's here. Dang! I'm liking this. Okay. I might take that out, take a look at it here now so we don't overshoot stuff. And we'll get back to you in a minute, okay? Oh, there goes the little dog. Gotta look out the window. If you folks would want to know how I made these originally, this is actually 1/2-inch conduit. So I use the conduit bender to get the radius that I need and desire for the fender. And then I take my Zippo gun here and I run along the edge of that, making a slit. And then I pop these on here and then I tack weld everything and then seam seal them. And oh, the tin, that's an old 55-gallon drum that I cut this out of where it already had pretty good radius. So, now you know. So let's continue here. Okay, I put you on the other side. The fender would have blocked your view. Where we got the whoopee on the other side here, I'm going to put a block of wood in parallel with that and give that a shot. So let's see what happens here. I'm going to support these two outer rails and figure something better out here. So hang on. Well, where we got that little bit of deal here, I think I'm going to go with this area here, give it just a slight point, and then we'll reposition again. This part here is kind of too slow paced, so I'll shut you off here. Well, Mr. Obvious told me we got to squish on this here a little more. That's where that one is right here. So I'm going to go a little more. I had to stop the camera because I'm always talking to myself, so you didn't hear me. All right, let's see what happens here. It's definitely got a big twist in it. I'm not real excited about that, but let's go a little more. I'm going to evaluate this a little more. Put you on ignore. I'll be back. Well, here's a step that ain't in the book. Not too bad. I better stop there. I'm going to see what I got. Then I'll show you. The pipe wrench sure came in handy. I gave it a little twist with that, and anyway, the rocking chair, rocking horse deal is gone. It sits flat, so that's a good thing. It's far from pretty, but I think I'm gonna call her. This piece here mounts the fender to the frame. I worked on this for a while last night. This is the last thing I did. I was tired, and it still has the rocking horse effect, and I was getting nowhere, so I quit for the night. And here's my idea for today. On the high sides, I'm going to put one of them under each and Put it in the 20-ton, see if that'll correct it. And actually, it should go in that way maybe. Okay. Whoa! Yeah, it looks like it's working actually. The metal, you always got to overshoot it a little bit. It's going to spring back. Okay. Let's see what we got. Dang. Oh my. Okay. Give you folks a look at it. I believe I got the twist out good enough. Is it perfect? No, but I got the twist out pretty good, so I think we're going to call it on this piece. Unreal. Okay, the bracket right here, it was off a little bit, so Mr. Crescent Wrench helped me out straighten him. And then when I had it all bolted up, this side here was down just a tad yet. So what I did, I took Mr. Porta Power. He's been very helpful on this job. Well, of course, the hose is caught under there. But anyway, I had it off the tire here and on that block of wood. It didn't need much, so that's what I came up with for that. Then I hit him with the rubber hammer again, here. And there's our final product. So I think it's going to look good from the street. And anyway, now I'm going to see what I can do with the other side. Here we have the right side. I don't know if you guys wanted me to watch me do another one or not, but anyway, this is what I'm going to work on now. I'll probably film it. I don't know. Maybe I'll edit it out or not. The good thing about this one, this don't have a twist in it or nothing, so that right there seems to be pretty good condition. Otherwise, yeah, we'll have to figure out how we're going to tackle this. I got a funny feeling the paint's going to flake off where we got some pretty serious cracks right here on the paint. But we'll see what happens. Well, first attempt didn't work. And, what I'm going to try now, I got the block under here. It supports weight into here. I'm trying to go this way a little bit too, where that was caved in this way. So I'll let you watch this one. I didn't want to take too much time again doing another fender. So let's see what happens here. Looks like something is. Oh yeah. Dang. Never want to get my hopes up too much on this stuff until you actually feel like you are getting somewhere. Better? Yes. Far from perfect? No. Anyway, I'm going to shut you guys off. I'll monkey with this for a few more minutes here instead of boring you. Alright. It's too bad this was shoved in, otherwise this would have been way easier. Yeah, I got pull clamps and that, but that's going to rip that off. I don't care to do that this time. It's still got a twist in it, so I'm going to hit her right here, and I think that might help take that out. And it should dang near be installation ready. So let's see how this works. It's a little high right here, and by reducing this down, I'm thinking it should make it a little more square. We'll find out here shortly. And let's give him a little bit right here, I think, too. Not much, though. Not much. Yeah, I'm going to take a look at it. Check it out. They'll look good from the street. Anyway, this is what we come up with, and I can live with this until next summer. Maybe I'll kind of re-weld and putty or whatever the heck, maybe replace the conduit on this side. But anyway, meanwhile, we got some fenders for the winter time here. And also on this side here, I put the block on here. Had to shove that up like I was saying when it was over by the press. And yeah, the mini ram got me in there and got me by. So Well, there you have it, folks. You got the fenders on. Tubers, been working on a cart, getting her ready for the big squirt. And yeah, I got it taped off. I'm going to refresh where I had the weld and everything on the piping there. And all the nicks and diggers, we're going to take them out right away too, and give this whole guy a re-squirt on all of that stuff. And then right here I got my taping machine. I used to do a lot of body work years ago. And anyway, you pull a paper out here, and there's an alligator. And you just give him a oink like that, and you got them in your hand, you can install them. Now, oh yeah, here's my engine oil cooler. It's all straightened and ready for the big install. Got a little refresh on him. I'll give you a little tour of my ventilation panel where I'm not going to clean out the body shop so I can spray down there. So doing it down here, turn this on. So you got a place where the air comes in, and that opens up them electric louvers out there, and then the fresh air will come in through here. And if you want a higher ventilation, you can turn this on, which will turn the fan on up here, low and high. And you gotta have a place for the air to go out. So usually when I'm doing this kind of work, I just try to be near the exhaust fan. I'll turn this guy on here. And where it looks like a UFO landed over there, usually the vacuum cleaner will clean that stuff up pretty good, but then it just takes all paint overspray and stuff right out here, so I can paint down here. On this part of the control panel down here, you can put it on fresh air, set the timer instead of using the manual, and that way it will run for X amount of minutes, and then shut everything all back off again. Tubers, got everything primed and painted. Go with little doggy. So give you a little look at that. Before I pull the papers, then I can finish putting things on, and little cushion clips to anchor all the cables and hoses and stuff. So, well, here's where we're at. I mounted the seat on, and it didn't want to really go back or forward real nice, so yeah, I ended up taking the tracks apart, and of course they're rusty, skunky. There's all kinds of little ball bearings and rollers. Good part of a day on that dang job, but they're all sandblasted. Works like it should now. I went upstairs, grabbed the plastics. These weren't broke, so I thought I'm going to put them on meanwhile until I got to get. I think I'm going to go with Lexan this time to fill all the rest of this in and make a windshield again. And yeah, the hood's got some cracks and stuff in here, so I'll probably try to remake all of that stuff. And got the cushion clips on with retaining the wire and the coolant hoses. And I got a few other ones in here too to retain things. The hoses here, this is for the engine oil cooler, and once I get the roll bar in, them come up the side of the roll bar to get to the engine oil cooler. Back here, I got some pretty good damage on the fender, so when it warms up, I'll probably end up cutting these conduits right out and refinishing these fenders, but I'd like to get this one right out of here, straighten them, and tack a new one in. On the back, I got the taillights all mounted. That turned out pretty good. Well, the mufflers are kind of rotted out and skunky too, so I found some on eBay. I think I'm going to order them. And this other fender too, we got a pretty good noogie right here, so I'll see how that turns out. But otherwise, right now, it looks good from the street. And you got my Super Wazoo battery mounted here. I like them where you got that bolt thing on them. Fuel pump, all that stuff, that's all down in here. Fuel pump relay, with the regulator, stuff as such. So other than that, you kind of see where I'm at here, and I think we're going to call it now for where we're at. Well, I know this video is going to be a long one. I hope you folks don't mind. Leave a comment on that if you want to. I'd appreciate it. So, either way, subscribe and comment and like the video if you will, please. And I'd like to catch you back here again. So, thank you for spending time with me. Bye-bye. What is that? It's another 2 Jeffs 1 widget. Anyway, it's easy to build. Some of you folks, I bet would have a use for that too. find out in the next episode of Two Jeffs One. Hope to see you back here. Find the secret of what that is. Anyway, bye folks. Have a good one.